vitamin, mineral supplement. She makes sure that she reorders, and we've been using it, I don't know, 5 years now or so. Inner Health Botanicals. You've heard of green foods. Well, this is the best. Raw, unpasteurized, superfoods. Innerfood.com, E-N-E-R food.com, or 866-762-9238. Inner Health Botanicals, a fantastic company that's been sponsoring us for years, have been providing products for the past 5 years that give you the perfect solution to keeping your body healthy. Try the Inner Food with 20 organic ingredients full of dense nutrition that gives you energy and keeps you well. It even won the best superfood of 2009 with our friend Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. Try their NutriCafe, amazing organic coffee infused with herbal extracts to boost your immune system. Now, that's something you don't see in store shelves every day. Innerfood.com. Check them out or give them a call right now at 866-762-9238 and check out their website at Infowars.com. They have a full line of amazing products. That's Innerfood.com or 866-762-9238. Okay, Bob, thanks for holding while I plug those sponsors. Going back to you, now it's not Bob Chapman 2 years ago talking about the plunge of Europe starting in Greece and then Spain and Portugal and other places. Now it's all over the news, total collapse. But some people think that the U.S. is going to escape this. Can you explain to people, because Europe cheered when we plunged 2 years ago to the bankers, and then now some Americans are cheering. This is like gouging one of your eyes out and the right eye laughing at the left eye. I mean, can you explain that to people?
Well, what they've done is they've created interconnectivity, and it's been put in place throughout the entire world over the past 30 years. And what that means is every time there's an action, there's a reaction. And it's good if everybody does well. If, as you said, one party gets in trouble, that's not to your advantage. It should to your ultimate disadvantage. We'll take a good example. The pound just dropped from 150 to 120. That means that goods that are expressed in euros are going to be cheaper, maybe 12, 15% cheaper. Who is the biggest exporter in Europe? Germany. They're going to make out from that. But on the other hand, because of the drop in their currency, the amount that they pay for imported goods, such as oil, energy products, is going to go up. And so what Germany is doing right now, knowing that is going to be the case, they are implementing austerity cuts. They're not expanding or anything like that because they know that their costs are going to go up.
All right, Bob, I've got to interrupt. I apologize. We've been working on getting Jim Tucker on, and he's going to come on now for about 10 minutes. Can I have you on hold and then keep you a little bit into the next hour?
Of course. Okay,
good, because this is developing and moving, and what you were talking about is so important, and you've been so dead on, theinternationalforecaster.com. We're now joined by the granddaddy of exposing the Bilderberg Group, and he's got to be proud of himself, 33, 34 years, covering it, going to every conference, being shot at in Portugal, you name it, being harassed, being arrested, being detained, going from the New York Times and Time Magazine just 10 years ago saying he was a nut and it didn't exist, to hundreds of newspapers, Germany, England, Australia, Spain, where the global government leaders are meeting. It is now mainstream news, and he's got moles inside, and he's there on the ground outside Barcelona as the world government meets. Jim Tucker, good to have you on with us.
Oh, always fun.
Jim, I know you're busy and exhausted, but just...
Hold on just a minute while I reach down and grab my satchel because I got information you want. Just bear with me a minute.
Yeah, and literally, folks, he's so mobbed by reporters, and he is not a spring chick, as they say, and he literally has been fighting to even get to his hotel room for about 30 minutes just to even be on with us. So we just got him as he got to his room, and he's getting his satchel. He wasn't quite ready, and we're going to get him to give us his, because he's got the real. Some people claim they have Bilderberg sources. He's got them on the inside and on the outside, so this is a big scoop we're about to get. Jim, do you have your satchel?
Yeah, now I'm ready.
Okay, sir. Give us the lowdown. Who's attending, what the agenda is, what your huge breaking news is, and, of course, the newspaper is American Free Press, AmericanFreePress.net. Go ahead.
Okay. One very interesting development, which is encouraging, is that some of the major Bilderberg people are saying that many, quote, important people, quote, are not attending this year. They always find out, and we get in trouble at home. Politicians who are embarrassed when constituents call and say, "Why are you dealing with these monsters?" and so forth. That's a fun thing. They're also celebrating the fact that your President Obama has signed off on an international treaty which would allow the UN to come into your house and take your gun away. A European bureaucrat. It's some kind of treaty called the National Guns Treaty or something under the UN.
Yeah, it's a small arms ban treaty. So they're pushing that at this disgusting, treasonous event.
Absolutely. And the evil thing about this, he might pull a little George Bush and say it's not a treaty, it's just an agreement. But if it's a treaty, as you know, under our Constitution, the treaty is the superior law of the land. That's why George Washington said, don't have any treaties. Don't have enemies. Be neutral. Be friendly with all nations, but partial to none.
Well, Jim, to expand on that, what about the euro? Do they want to plunge the euro to bring in the SDR, or are they there trying to prop up the euro?
Oh, they're determined to save the euro, and they're nervous about it, though, of course, with the economic crisis. But the euro is important because it's a part of their world government program. They're very discouraged, thank goodness. They're very downbeat because they've fallen so far behind. As I said before, in the 1990s, Bilderberg was absolutely confident that we'd have an American Union patterned after the European Union, and the Asian Pacific Union would be well underway. And they've fallen back, they've fallen behind, and they're very discouraged, but they're still persisting on climate change, as futile as that might be. As you know, the real scientists have shown and demonstrated, we're talking about climatologists, experts in the field, who are...
yeah, they got caught in ClimateGate. They know it's a fraud. It's about taking over resources. So you're saying that's a big agenda. What about Bill Gates in attendance? We know he's always pushing eugenics and climate change. The Spanish newspapers are reporting that they caught up with him, trying to basically sneak in, claiming he was in Barcelona for something else, and then he said he's there to push climate taxes.
Yes, he is, and he's attended one Bilderberg meeting in the past, and this is his second Bilderberg meeting, and definitely they're going to push the climate change, even though they're so far behind on that with the scientists' letters proving this whole thing is a fraud. In fact, one Bilderberg guy said that on climate change, we are about whipped. That's quote on climate change.
We're about whipped. Incredible.
About whipped.
Incredible breaking news. And when will we be able to read this in detail at AmericanFreePress.net?
It's a very well. I'm not sure how fast they get things on the internet. I'm not high tech. I'm a romanticist.
Okay, but I mean, more details will be there, and we're very appreciative of the newspaper allowing you to share your huge scoops with us. Again, the granddaddy of exposing this arm of the global government right up at the top of the pyramid. Jim Tucker. Also, I talked to Charlie Skelton of the London Guardian, who was there when they kicked him out. He overheard the head organizers saying they were mad at me for bullhorning them, that they were scared, and he said that dovetailed with your intel. This is the first time ever that a bunch of them haven't attended because they're scared of being associated with Bilderberg. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's a fact. Came to me from a source who knows the Bilderberg people. He's done business with him. When I first talked to him about Bilderberg 20-some years ago, he said, "Oh, Pete Sutherland, yes. He's an international financial consultant. I dare not go beyond that in describing him, but he's helped us find Bilderberg over the years. He's confirmed events and so forth.